$1 million business idea. Nobody's selling champagne to cats. You can have that one. Speaking of champagne, we have a champagne... See what I did there? It's a champagne supernova request from Mr. Mario Alberto. Mr. Mario Alberto. Here's what we're going to do. Softball Sunday. This is like... We're going to get a little more in depth with this one because I want to do some lead parts because I can't resist, especially the solo because it's one of those signature solos. But even as solos go, it's a softball solo. So here we go. For most of the song, you're going to grab me an A suspended 2. That means your A chord, right? But remove your ring finger so we have an open B string. Be very careful not to strum the E string on the first one because it's going to come into play and it makes a difference that we hear it when we want to and not when we don't want to. So this is a 5-string chord, A suspended 2, and now we want to keep our pointer and our middle fingers where they are, and I'm going to use my ring finger to grab the E string 3rd fret. That's a G note. This is like playing an A7, right? Open G chord, but with the G in the bass. Followed by A or A sus2, but now with an F sharp in the bass. I'm going to use my thumb. I'm going to show you the other way to do this next. And then our same A suspended 2, but now with an E in the bass. So, regular A suspended 2, with a G in the bass, with an F sharp in the bass, that's too much for you. Use your middle finger and your ring finger, but now you're going to have to use your pinky to get that G. So, if the thumb was too much for you, pinky, pointer finger, and this is the whole song up until right before the second chorus. Going down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. It's kind of one of the most common strumming patterns. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Anyways, the E, with an E in the bass, A suspended 2, right before the second chorus becomes an actual E. Someday you will, and then we play an actual A, followed by an actual G, followed by an F sharp minor. Now, 2 ways of doing this. You could do the actual whole entire F sharp minor, which is not very softball-like. 2nd fret, 4th fret, 4th fret, and then end on E, of course. So our progression, which has almost been A, G, F sharp, E the whole time, it was just the bass notes moving around the A chord, right? Now it's the actual chords. But if that F sharp minor is too much for you, do Coldplay F sharp minor, which is G2 with your pointer finger, D4 with your pinky finger, and A4 with your ring finger, and leave these 2 E and B strings open. Be like this: A, G, F sharp minor, E, and then we get to the bridge, which is G, 'cause people believe. G, A. I've switched to all downs now. G, D, we don't know why. E, why, and you're back into the chill part, right? Which is when the solo's gonna come in, but we'll do that after we finish up with the rhythm. A cool thing to do in that bridge, so we went G, believe that they're gonna give me for the A. You use the better man chord instead of the D because the bass walks down from G to F sharp, which is in the D chord. Look, it's right there. E string 2nd fret is F sharp, just like E string 2nd fret is F sharp. So you could use the better man chord if you want. I don't think they do, but you could. Anyway, so that would be G, because people believe that they're gonna get away for the summer. G, D or the better man chord. Hang on the E. Better man chord, of course, is E2, G2, B3, right? Anyways, the big, huge, humongous outro with all the slamming solos and whatnot. The rhythm is going to be A, our whole chord version, G, whichever F sharp minor you want, followed by regular F, and G. I did bar chords there. You can do little F and regular G, doesn't matter. Play F sharp followed by little F, regular G, doesn't matter, up to you. I'll be right back. We're going to talk about the leads and the solo. Don't move. Elizabeth the Taylor's away. I've decided to name this guitar Mr. Matt after the guy who sent it to me. If you're watching, Mr. Matt, love this thing. Mr. Matt sucks at guitar is his handle. Anyways, before we go any further, let's review our F sharp minor pentatonic scale. This song isn't really in the key of A, but it's almost in the key of A. It's in an A mode. Anyways, so if it were in the key of A, this is how you find your minor pentatonic. You find an A on the E string. That's the 5th fret. Grandma always brings crappy deviled eggs. First 3 dots on the E and the A string, so A is there, always. And you go down 3 frets, 1, 2, 3, boom. You don't have to know what it is. That's the minor pentatonic you use for the major key you're in. It's F sharp anyways, and our F sharp minor pentatonic is 2, 5, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 5. Now, what you'll see, if you grab the G string, I mean, most of this song is sort of noodling that changes from version to version, and I don't like to explore those too deeply, but what I do like to do is show you where they're happening so you can do your own thing. The solo is another story. Anyways, grab your G string 4th fret, grab it with your middle finger, and you're going to slide from 4 to 6. We started in our minor pentatonic, and now we're moving into our A major pentatonic. Anyways, 4 to 6, and then B5. You recognize that, right? From the very beginning. That's a move you can do in any minor pentatonic. It works really great. You just start on the G string, on the top note on the G string, slide up 2, and grab the B string 1 fret beneath it. Then, now that we're in the A major pentatonic, which is 5, 7, 4, 7, 4, 7, 4, 6, 5, 7, 5, 7. We're going to use these 2 5 7s to sort of noodle about. This is hearkening the beginning of the song. I'm hammering on from B5 to 7, and then plucking E5. You also can do, of course, E7. Back to our G6. You can also do G6 and B5 at the same time, and it's cool to resolve it down to G4, B3, that's not in our minor pentatonic, and then both on 2, right? So your little shape just moves down, 6 and 5, 4 and 3, 2 and 2. Yeah, anyways, so there's your noodlings, and you can noodle around in, that's starting to sound like the solo already, in F sharp minor pentatonic for whenever there's noodling. But here's the actual solo in 2 octaves, because there are 2 guitars playing the same thing, one an octave higher than the other. Let's start on G4, bend it, 2, D4, G2 is what I meant by 2, bend 4, down to 2, D4, back to G2, now D4 again, and the lower octave hits an open A. It's really quick, you'll hear it in context, but so far, now A2, hammer onto 4, D2, hammer onto 4, G2, 4, 2. repeat. Repeat. Repeat again. Now we do our cool G4, slide up 2 to 6, and B5, which we've already done. And I don't think it resolves like this, but I like to. I like to do that. Anyways, the higher octave is the exact same thing, but instead of starting on the 2nd fret, we start on the 14th fret, because 12 is the same as 0, and 0 plus x equals 2. The answer is 2. So 12 plus 2 is 14. Now we're at F sharp minor up here, and we do it all the exact same. We just don't need to do our open A string, or you can. It's just sort of out of the, it's in a different ballpark there, but you can totally still do it. And that's it. That's the solo in both octaves. Pick whichever one you like, or do your own thing in the minor pentatonic, moving into the major pentatonic. Up here, if you're up here, you know, if you're slide up 2 from your G, your top G note, got your B, whatever fret that is. Same as going, but just way the heck up here. Yeah, and that's, I mean, there's so much to say about this song, but that is you can do it. You can do it and add your own stuff there. I don't think this is really a note-for-note song, and gosh, maybe that wasn't the most softball-y of lessons, but I think there's softball in there for you to pick out and do as much or little as you want. So that's it for Softball-ish Sunday. Softball-ish Sunday, yeah. And Cat Champagne, so let me know how that one goes, whoever takes on that project. And thank you for being here. I'll see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.